Hey YouTube, what's up, and welcome back to another episode of Vintage Game Finder. It's your boy, as always, Neesmaz07, here for another jam-packed episode of weekly pickups. They've been a little, the videos have been a little far between because unfortunately I have more than one hobby, and I've been interchanging from one to the next, so I apologize if you guys are expecting a weekly video, but for some reason I'm not able to do it as efficiently as I would like. So I would like to thank you, first of all, for sticking around, staying subbed on the channel, sharing the videos. I really do appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get started. I like to think it was a decent week. I never say that it has been an amazing week, but I'm very satisfied and grateful for what I picked up. Okay, I just have a couple PS1 games that I picked up, but a couple that I did not have in the collection. I was able to pick up Ninja Shadow of Darkness, and I was able to pick up very first time playing this on the PlayStation, so I'm kind of excited to see how the control scheme works out, and that's Mortal Kombat 4. Okay, moving on, we went ahead and picked up some titles for the PS2, which some I have very little to no interest in, so I'm going to go ahead and pass them along to the next collector, and some that I don't have that I will end up adding to my collection, of course. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I got Backyard Wrestling, Don't Try This at Home. Another copy of Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Yet another copy, but complete, right down to the map, Grand Theft Auto 3. This is the Greatest Hits Edition. Then I got a Greatest Hits Edition of Medal of Honor Vanguard. This one I didn't have, and I remember liking the Medal of Honor series, especially on the PlayStation 1 and 2. Great storyline, great history on it, and anytime I pop one of these in, I make sure I have the surround sound on just to add to that experience. So very happy that I picked this one up. Another Medal of Honor that I didn't have was European Assault, but now I do. That's complete as well, so I'm very happy I picked that up as well. And this one, anytime you see a compilation in the wild at a good price, you really are doing yourself a favor if you go ahead and pick it up. And I have myself another compilation game, and this is Namco Museum 50th Anniversary. Has some really great arcade gems in there from the late 70s, early 80s, right down to the late 80s, of course. And this one comes packed with 14 games, including Pac-Man and Galaga and Dig Dug and countless others. So whenever you see any compilation games out there in the wild, be it on PS2, on Dreamcast, on Xbox, pick them up because they're really fun to play, and you have a lot of variety as well. Alright, next I got another copy of Pac-Man World 2, so I'm going to go ahead and find this a happy home eventually. And last but not least, I have myself another Mega Man game for the PS2. This is Mega Man X7. This one is not 2D from the looks of it, but I will try it out, and if I don't like it, I'll find it a happy home as well. And that rounds out the PlayStation side of what I picked up for the week. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the Nintendo side of the pickup, but I have a little obscure pickup that I have. If you guys watched, I forgot what episode it was, but I picked up in the wild a TurboGrafx 16, and I didn't have a game, so first I wanted to make sure the console was functional, and in order for me to do that, I had to buy a game, so I bought a sports game. This one is World Class Baseball, and it was just a Hue card, which is what it's called, about the size of a conventional credit card, just a little bit thicker, and I popped it in, and it worked. The console worked, so I was very thankful that that $10 investment bared some fruit. So now that I know that the console works, I'm now in the process of saving up for a Turbo EverDrive. And for those of you that don't know what a Turbo EverDrive is, it basically is a card this size with an SD slot. You take your SD card and you download the games to that SD card from the internet and just put it in the console, and you can play the full library of games for that particular console. And I was able to pick up an NES game with a really nice label for a really good price. So this is the game that I picked up from James Games, RoboCop. For some reason I was not able to find this in the wild, so I'm very happy that I did find it at the price that I paid for it. So James, if you're watching, thanks again, buddy. Thank you. Alright, now we're going to move on to Super Nintendo. These I picked up in the wild, and these are titles that that for me, for my collection, were very sought after. They may be considered commons to some of you, but I did not want to go online and pay those kind of prices for these kind of games, so I was very happy when I found them in the wild. Here's one of them, and this is the worst label I think out of all the ones that I picked up, but even so, I'm very happy that I picked it up for what I picked it up for. This is Super Ghouls and Ghosts from Capcom, of course. Then we have Hyperzone from HAL America. Finally was able to pick up one of these marquee titles for the Super Nintendo console. Now I'm just hoping that I'm able to find Super Castlevania, but I was able to find this one, Super Metroid, at VGF price, which VGF price is a good price. That's all I'm saying. So I got a great deal on it, so I'm very thankful about that. Next up, this is I want to consider it an obscure sports title because I do not remember seeing this or playing this at the time that it was out, but it looks very interesting. It's from Virgin Games. It's Irvin Michael wait, what is it? Magic Johnson's Super Slam Dunk. You want to check it out. It's good. I love sports games, even the ones that didn't sell that well. And this looks like it's one of those sports games that did not sell that well. So hopefully it's a little entertaining at least. And at the worst, it's an actual conversational piece for any collector. Say, hey, you know, this game is obscure. A certain amount of copies came out, blah, blah, blah. But you want variety. Any collector wants variety. And this falls under that category for sure. Next up, two more titles. These labels are really good. I'm very grateful that the labels came out in the condition that they came out in. I was able to pick up my first Mega Man title for my Super Nintendo collection, and that is Mega Man X. And last but not least, for the Super Nintendo, another shoot 'em up. I am falling in love with the shoot 'em up genre. It's very difficult. It's very rage-inducing, but I still have fun playing it. And one of those titles is Supernova. And now we're going to go ahead and move on to the N64 pickups that I got very quickly. Got labels on these as well. I have Pokemon Stadium, Super Mario 64, 007, The World Is Not Enough. I actually thought GoldenEye was the only 007 that was available for the N64, and apparently I was wrong. And on top of that, this is what's considered a variant cartridge. There was more than one label produced for this particular game, so that's another fun fact to check up on too. And may be a reason why it might be overvalued over some other N64 games. And the last three I have is Pokemon Snap, Mario Kart 64, and Super Smash Brothers. Alright, last but not least, we have come to third base here in the video, and this is what I picked up for the Sega end of my weekly pickup. I actually have Alex Kidd game now for my collection, which is weird, but for those of you that don't know much about Alex Kidd, here it is, Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle. This is just one Alex Kidd titles. He was the initial mascot for Sega in the late 70s, early 80s, and well, to late 80s, of course. And that's before Sonic came along and kind of ruined things for Alex Kidd. But next up, I got a let me see, another title from another Nickelodeon game. This was called Real Monsters. I do remember the cartoon vaguely, but I have low expectations for it. I'm not sure if it's going to be any good or not, but I'll give it a shot, and hopefully it's good. Next, got another sports title. This is RBI Baseball 94. This one I'm excited that I picked it up for the price I did, because like I said, I'm getting into the shoot 'em up genre of games, and this one looks a little promising, even though the label's a little beat up. It's Galaxy Force 2. So hopefully turns out being a good game, and I can keep it in the collection. Next, I really don't have very good things to say about this game. I liked the movie. I didn't love it, but I liked it, and that game, it's Batman Forever. If you haven't played this game and you don't believe what I'm telling you when I tell you it's a horrible game, go ahead and check it out for yourself, but don't come back to me blaming me. I'm telling you, it's a horrible game, but if you are looking for a complete collection, unfortunately, this is one of those games you need to pick up. So, yeah, I got it. I got mine complete in box. So this one I'm gonna give to somebody that I don't like, or I'll just randomly drop it off at a retro video game store. Hopefully, hopefully it won't follow me home. All right, next we have a title that I got off of a buddy of mine that lives in Alabama. His name's Jeff. Jeff, if you're watching, I really appreciate the deal, man. You have no idea. I heard nothing but good things about this title, so I'm very anxious to go ahead and pop it in and experience what everybody's been talking to me about, and that is Gunstar Heroes. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and finish the video with my Sega Saturn pickups for the week. It's not always where, you know, it's not a constant thing that I'm always picking up Saturn games in the wild. It's usually just as far as Sega goes, it's usually just Genesis and Dreamcast. But Saturn, especially in my area, is a little bit more rare. Especially in the wild. I mean, you go to retail stores and you'll find some there, but they'll put your feet over the fire as far as the price goes. So I picked these up. Most of these I already have titles that I picked up when the console, you know, was in its heyday under mass production and all that. So like I said, I will be finding them happy home eventually. And unfortunately, some of them will lose. Some of them may need a resurfacing, but at what I'm going to trade them for, value-wise, it's not going to matter much. I picked up Virtual Cop 2, Street Fighter Alpha, Warrior's Dreams. This one I don't have in my collection, which is weird. I just have the demo. For some reason, I don't have the complete game, but I'm pretty happy that I picked it up, even though it needs a really good cleaning, and that's Bug. I also got Virtual Cop 2 Completes. Got Madden 97. This is what happens with these Saturn jewel cases. Alright, I have 2 copies here of Road and Track, The Need for Speed. 1 Completes. 1 half complete. I already have this game. I bought it brand new when it came out. From what I hear, this is the essential version. The 3DO version was hot garbage, and the PS1 version was just as good, or if not a close second. So those are your choices there, pretty much, for this title. It's Sega Saturn or PS1. 3DO, stay away from it. And we'll go ahead and pick up, wrap up the video with these last 2. I got another copy of Sega Rally Championship. That's complete. And another copy of Daytona USA Championship Circuit Edition. All right, with that, we go ahead and round off the video for this week of pickups. I'm very grateful, very thankful, and very hopeful for whatever I pick up in the future, especially stuff that I do end up needing for my collection. I want to thank you as always for watching, for liking, for sharing the videos. It's very, very greatly appreciated, believe me. And I will try to do my best to go ahead and upload a little bit more than I have been recently. Like always, God bless, stay safe, and happy hunting.